Welcome.
Welcome to the Everything Podcast. This episode, I'll be recapping the pilot for New Girl, which was originally broadcast on the 20th of September 2011. I'm recording this episode nearly 14 years later on the 18th of May 2025. So without further ado, let's get on with the recap. Jess mentions horror movies. Jess talks through her surprise for Spencer with Cece. Jess catches Spencer cheating on her with someone else. We then have the title sequence. Nick apologises. The douchebag jar is introduced. Jess mentions Spencer. Caroline breaks up with Nick. Jess opens up to Jake. Nick. Rather put Jake. Nick and Schmidt, I think. Because I've put Jake, who is the actor that plays Nick, I think is what I've done there. Jess mentions Dirty Dancing. The boys discuss Jess potentially becoming their new housemate. The boys choose to let Jess move in with them. Jess cries to Dirty Dancing. Nick blames Schmidt for Jess. Jess speaks to her mum. Coach makes Jess cry. Jess mentions Gandalf. Schmidt mentions Lord of the Rings. Nick and Schmidt disagree. Schmidt remembers being teased at work. Some of Nick's drunk phone calls to Caroline are shown. Coach accidentally breaks something of Jess's. Coach asks Jess for some advice when talking to him. Coach apologises. Jess gives Coach some tips. Schmidt attempts to give Jess a pep talk. Schmidt reunites with some people. Schmidt introduces these people to Coach. Schmidt still wants Nick to call Caroline. Jess and Nick discuss their breakups. Nick insults Jess's mindset. Peter introduces himself to Jess. Nick has texted Caroline and informs Schmidt and Coach of this. Jess celebrates Peter asking her out for dinner. The boys meet Cece. Cece threatens the boys. Cece finds Jess on the floor. Cece helps Jess. Jess shows the boys her date outfit. Jess thanks Coach's reaction. Caroline mentions Nick's drunk phone calls. Nick agrees to join Caroline for a drink. Nick asks Caroline about the reason for them breaking up. The boys find Peter abandoning his date with Jess. Nick chooses to help Jess over spending time with Caroline. Schmidt agrees to join Nick and Coach help Jess. Nick, Coach and Schmidt come to Jess's aid. Jess gets emotional. The boys sing a section of I've Had the Time of My Life from Dirty Dancing, as does Jess. Jess and the boys are kicked out of a restaurant. Jess and the boys watch Dirty Dancing, and Jess that's the boys. And that is my recap of the pilot of New Girl. Now in tomorrow's episode, heading to something a bit more recent, and that is with Abbott Elementary Wishlist. Here's the trailer. Was actually not the trailer for Wishlist because I couldn't find it. That was the season 1 teaser trailer of Abbott Elementary. I showed you that because in tomorrow's episode I'll be recapping Abbott Elementary Wishlist. But back to this episode, let me know what you thought of the pilot of New Girl if you watched it. My recap, if you didn't, give me your thoughts on both of those in the comments below. As well as anything else you want to cover on the channel, such as any previews or recaps, put those in the comments below as well. Remember to also like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in tomorrow's episode for my recap of Abbott Elementary Wishlist. Goodbye.